What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to take lettuce that looks like this, put it in a hydroponic rail that looks like this, and make it look like that in about 4 to 6 short weeks. Hey guys, welcome back to Lick Branch Farms. Another middle of the week video for you. This one is going to be focused around lettuce. Lettuce is one of the fastest and most demanding crops that we grow. We try to grow it all year. We seem to be able to keep it on hand all season. But we went to market this past weekend. We sold a lot of lettuce. We had a restaurant customer that took 24 heads. So it kind of opened up a little bit of a gap. And I'm going to show you this gap here is what we're going to be planting today, and I've got 2 different varieties. I'm only going to plant one variety, and it's a variety that I haven't, really put a lot of emphasis on. I bought the seed and just kind of sit there. I never really planted it, but I'm going to start on it and see just how it performs here in this hydroponic system. All right, so the variety is called Grazon, and we transplant the seeds, this pelleted seed, and we transplant it into these Oasis cubes. You can still see the clay in the bottom of that one, but this is what it looks like when we take them out of the Oasis and we transplant them into, this is a homemade gutter tray that we have been very successful with growing vegetables. And you can see a lot of the stuff that we transplanted in is doing great. I mean, bok choy, beet greens, kohlrabi, Swiss chard, and even lettuce has done great in those homemade gutter trays. Haven't found anything that tells me that it won't work for a lot of other things. But I'm going to go through and kind of give you an idea of the different stages of lettuce that we keep in here and kind of where we like to harvest. What I just showed you is harvest stage. That's about as good as it's going to get. It's going to get bigger. That's why we try to harvest it at this size. So all of what you just seen, and I'll show you another glimpse over here in a minute, but all of this lettuce here is already spoken for. It's already sold. And what is not sold is going to Thursday market this week, so it'll be gone. And those rails that you see there will open up. So we've got a mixed batch of Tropicana, and this is Myrrh, and this over here is Magenta. Now, it isn't classified as a hydroponic lettuce, but I put it in here a couple different times, and it's done great so far. So I've got another flat of it here that I'm going to try. I'm not going to do it today because I don't really have the space, but we're going to actually put some more in here. The color's beautiful. I mean, it's got a beautiful red and green color on it, and it's just real appealing to the eye. All right, so what I got here is about probably 24 trays of lettuce that was all transplanted at one time. This is all Myrrh. All of this you see right here, up to right here is Myrrh. This right here, these 5 trays here, this is Tropicana. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These seven rows here is New Red Fire, and these rows here is Magenta. And you can see, that's what I was telling you about on the end. It isn't actually a hydroponic variety, but it's actually doing really, really good in it. I haven't had any trouble so far with that variety of lettuce in this system. When it warms up, we may, but right now it's growing pretty good in there. So, we try to grow lettuce as quickly as possible, but there's always a trade-off when you do that. During the summertime, we can take lettuce that's at this size here, which is roughly, it was put in there at 227. So what's that? 9 days ago? So less than 10 days, we're transplanting it into the system. These guys here are at harvest stage. That's what I was telling you earlier. This is ready to go to market. That's the size we like to harvest full heads and sell them as full heads. That's about as big as we want them to get. Don't go to get them too much bigger because they'll get kind of tough and woody, and there's just more chance of something happening. Now these here have been in here roughly 2 weeks, and you can see the size they are now. The only difference is that I run this Mars Hydro grow light over this lettuce from most of its life, at night especially. It's a 4800 watt, and I got it turned down to 75%. No, I've got it turned down to 50%. I'm sitting looking at it. I've got another one of these lights, and before the end of the week, I'm probably going to hook these guys up on these lettuce plants down here just to see how hard I can push them. I was really impressed at those simply because late in the evenings when I could come down here, I would turn that light on and it'd be 5, 6 o'clock, and then I'd come back down here about 9 o'clock and I'd turn it off. So I'd leave it on an extra 3 hours a day just to supplement the light needs. All right, so what I'm gonna do is speed this up a little bit and get a couple of these done, and then we'll get back to talking about the fertilizer, the EC, the nutrient mix that we use, and all that stuff. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so we're sitting at like 537, 533, something like that. All right, so I'm gonna go through here and add nutrients to this nutrient tank. And all this is a master blend, 4-18-38, and I mix it at equal parts. This 1 full cup of the 4-18-38, and this is 1500 calcium nitrate. 1 full cup of that. Then I take and mix that up really well. And then we check the EC again. It's easy to overdo it. You see, that brought it up to 1152. It's changing, so I know it ain't mixed very well, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring this up to about 1800. So that 1 cup brought it up that much. We're gonna go 1 more cup. Of each, and that should get us into the 2000. I'm gonna say 2.1. We're gonna mix this up really well because I'm getting different reads all over the place. So yeah, and that's more like it. So we're about 21 all the way across the tank. That's where we want to be, around 19 and 21, somewhere around in there. So got this one going. I still got to do my tomato house, but we're just gonna focus on the lettuce for right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into this because I know I'm gonna get asked a question in the comment section below. The fertilizer or the nutrient ratio that I use to 1 gallon of water is 13 ounces of 4-18-38 to 1 gallon of water, and it's 13 ounces of 15.00 calcium nitrate to 1 gallon of water. Equal parts. 1 gallon, you can't mix them together. You can't mix them together, but I mix them in separate 1 gallon containers, and I keep a couple of these in each house. And sometimes when I start my 75 gallon tank up, it'll take a full 2 gallons, 1 gallon of each to get that tank to where it needs to be. This tank here, you can see those were full when I started, so roughly half of a gallon for that 40 gallon tank to get it topped off, which is about right. But this tank I won't have to do but every 3 or 4 days. That 75 gallon tank I have to do every day, simply because the only thing on that tank is from here to the other end. These 30 rails here. That's all that's on that tank. That 75 gallon tank has got everything from here all the way to the end. A 60 rails just on that one 75 gallon tank. All right, guys, so I'm going to jump off here. I figured it'd be a good way to spend a rainy day. Can't get nothing done outside, and I needed to get this done. So I still got half a tray. And as soon as we harvest this, we'll harvest all this on Wednesday to go to market on Thursday. Once all this is gone, and I can still put another tray in here, and I got some, that'll give me another 5 or 6 that I can put these guys in, and we can kind of keep the cycle going. as the spring and summer season comes on, we will start getting back into washing and making custom lettuce blends. You'll see us make beautiful green and red mixes that we will sell in individual bags. And right now, the restaurants that we sell them to are buying it by the head. They prefer it that way. That way they can put it in the freezer and clean it and do how they want to. But as we introduce these lettuce blends to individuals, then we're thinking that that's going to take off, because we use it every day at our house, or when we do eat salads, or when we go to market. But during the summertime, it's a lot easier to mix it with what we grow in the ground, because we grow lettuce outside too, and we only sell that as a lettuce blend. We blend it with the other lettuces, greens and reds and burgundies and all kinds of different colors, and make a real eye-appealing product. So yeah, I hope it gives you an idea on how we transplant lettuce into our hydroponic system, how we get it started, how we go from the Oasis cubes into the rails, how we take lettuce from here to here in about 4 to 6 short weeks. Man, that Mars Hydro Light is kicking it off, and it's only at 50%. What's that set on? 50? Yeah, and it's kicking out some light too. I mean, all the way from here, all the way over there. Man, that thing is bright. And I got another one just like that we're going to put up down here in another video. As always, guys, we appreciate you stopping by. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.